and bans. So best carriers, they actually decided to go ahead and ban out Graves, Mordekaiser, and Warwick. Why troll me?
Graves, Mordekaiser, Warwick.
Yeah.
Mordekaiser, huh? Okay.
Well, Mordekaiser, you know,
All right.
he's
Fair
a little
enough.
he's a little
He's a beast.
he's a pushing beast.
Mm-hmm.
Why troll me? Decided to ban out Singed, TF, and Shen. So in TF, you know,
Oh,
TF,
so they're
Shen.
trolling even with their band.
Well, that's I think. Well, maybe the Singed. Maybe there's something we don't know here.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I bet it's a targeted ban.
Yeah, but yeah, we got the teams as well here. So best carriers actually first picked the Ezreal, and Why Troll Me last picked Aurelia for the potential counter top there to the Kennen, just to try and now sustain. I'll do all that stuff. But these are some interesting lanes. You got, you know, Ari Morgana, you got Ezreal Janna versus you know, the Terra Corki bot lane. It's huge. Could be huge. All that armor shred, all of that damage could be a very real threat. And then Nocturne versus the Lee Sin in the jungle. And you know, Lee Sin, you know, both junglers, they need their ganks in order to get things started. And you know, mid's gonna be rough to gank. I mean, if there's gonna be any ganks happening mid, it's gonna be happening early before the Black Shield, before the Ari ult, before she can go ahead and just get away from everything to Spirit Rush. So, you know, top bot probably gonna be looking to be more primary targets for those ganks.
Yeah, I'm really excited for this match because it looks like both teams are really aggressive, and I think they're gonna collide right here in the
They
jungle.
may very well. So right now you got just there's the cue from Nocturne. Everyone's been found out, and Lee Sin is caught with the charm. Ooh, that was a little bit of miscommunication.
Yeah, that was bad. I think Lee Sin had to go in because he opted to go with the you know, the armor instead of the boots into the start, and so his mobility, he was gonna get chased down anyway. So I think perhaps it was a lost cause no matter what.
Yeah, and if he did, you know, he'd have to, you know, increased chances to try and get away. He'd have to go ahead and buy the shield first, which, you know, at least then, you know, usually if you start Wraiths or something like that, you start out with the E just so you can have that little AoE just so you can clear a little bit faster. I mean, he's a fast guy. He's a fast clearer in the first place. But, well, first kill going to Tarek, going to the support, so he's actually going to go back. Fairy Charm and Boots and 5 wards. So they don't really have to leave for a while.
Yeah, that was kind of the bright side of that whole situation, that Tarek decided he was going to go try hard and get the kill on that. So thank goodness for them. But yeah, Lee Sin's going to be a little bit behind Nocturne, and Nocturne also pretty fast clear. And so, but what this is going to force Lee Sin to do is farm a little bit more, and he's not going to be able to gank as freely as he wants.
Yeah, and that's the thing too. You know, Lee Sin just now starting to red. Nocturne got double buff already. Looking to go, I think he's actually just content with farming on his own as well. Just, you know, if Lee Sin's going to be sit back and farm, if Nocturne's doing the same, he's always going to consistently be ahead until ganks start happening. So, you know, if Nocturne stays back and decides to farm when Lee Sin, you know, picks a lane, Nocturne will be there and stronger.
Yeah, exactly. I think Nocturne, the safe bet right here is he's ahead. The team is, you know, doing really well. The lanes are, I mean, it's too early to tell, but Nocturne, you just farm, hit level 6, and then you know you have a lot safer gank, and you're not going to be gambling as much on whether or not you're going to get
pushed
a kill.
out without ward coverage. Here comes Nocturne in for the attempt. There is the rush away. Fear and Spell Shield going up from Nocturne. Kennen just barely getting away from that Fear. And there's a stun going down on Ezreal. He does shift away. The stun catches up with him, but not enough for Corki to go ahead and capitalize on it.
Yeah, bot lane is going to be pretty interesting for
hold on here. Got Morgana.
Taking that early blue.
Ooh.
Holy smokes.
Well, so this is... There are some, you know, drawbacks to passing off the blue very early.
Yeah.
Because usually on the first clear of the jungle, you know, the jungler needs the blue buff. Even if they're not a mana-based jungler, killing the creep, getting the blue buff gives them so much gold and so much experience to make sure you don't fall behind. This is guaranteeing. You know, Lee Sin's already behind. He's just going to guarantee him that he's going to stay even further behind. So now he's just realizing, he's like, you know what, I'm not going to be that much of a factor here. Might as well go ahead and try and make something happen in mid. But there better be a kill off of that blue buff pass, or else it actually may be a bit of a waste.
Yeah, that's really interesting. Lee Sin's going to be really, really far behind. And it makes me wonder if he's going to go into a Wriggles to be able to, you know, get that increasingly fast clear to try to make up some time. I mean, he started with that armor, so...
Oh, there's huge chunk going down onto Janna, but the pursuit from Lee, the kick, the follow-up on the Corki will go ahead and grab that. And actually, Tarek's hurting pretty good as well, but Wow, I'm impressed. I'm
Well,
surprised about that actually.
well, good for him.
Yeah, good for him.
Yeah.
Good for him. I mean, it's just Janna tanking all the damage. And it's like, hey, here's Lee Sin. You guys are a little bit too far out. There's the bind going down mid onto the Ahri trapped in the soil. So, yeah, okay, the blue buff is absolutely doing something
Yeah,
here.
he's
in
doing
mid.
work. He's pushing really hard, and that's going to allow bottom lane to have a little bit more safety. I think
Yep.
it's really sad because Tarek has all these wards, and is supposed to have all this visibility, and then they come in sneakily through the bush at the bottom
Right.
there, and like the one place that maybe wasn't covered as well as they wanted.
Yeah, it's still they got it, and even then, Lee Sin, he's a pretty mobile dude. But even with the assist, even with that still behind Nocturne, and that's still a huge, massive problem. Kennen getting chunked out
Yeah,
big
dude,
time.
really is
top.
just tossing him around.
that is just silly. But yeah, so Lee Sin, Wriggles, granted, yes, is going to help speed up the jungle a little bit, but there's still a pretty hefty investment, and means I've actually stopped building Wriggles on Lee Sin personally, because I'm starting to actually edge towards the double Dorans build just to have the health, because the health is a huge thing.
Yeah, I mean, not having the Wriggles, it gives you a little bit less dragon control.
Also true, but this is Nocturne we're talking about here.
This is
though.
Nocturne, and he's pretty far behind. So, actually, I mean, he's catching up pretty well now. But yeah, it's hard to say if that would be the right choice. But I think he's behind. He's actually roaming a lot for how behind he is, which makes me wonder if he's going to be going for maybe
support Sin,
Yeah.
support Monk.
Maybe he'll move into some gold for 10 items or something like that. I'm not.
Yeah, I mean, Heart of Gold wouldn't be too terrible of a purchase there for him, all things considered. But even then, it's still he's gonna be consistently behind if he doesn't get what he needs. So nice lane control here from Wide Troll Me as well. Just gonna go ahead and try and freeze the lane in the mid, just force and zone out completely the bot carry of best carriers. So yeah, right now at 39, 41, creeps still pretty even. So it's just about 40. As I'm looking at Lee Sin, 40, 42. It's pretty even at this point. Mid 48, 39. So yes, the blue buff is actually paying off a little bit for Morgana. Did have to back Blasting Wand and the Doran's gonna be going back. Still have the mana regen there as well. Top lane 50 to 38. So Aurelia doing some pretty good work. Forcing the Doran shield pickup actually.
No, that is interesting.
But yeah, Doran's shield. I mean, if you're in a lane like top lane, and you have to go up against someone who can definitely harass you down, just auto attacks, things like that. Doran's is usually a pretty good pickup. There's Lee Sin having the presence once again. Nice end of the wave. Follow up on the kick. Tarek is just a little bit too far out. Just fantastic timing from this Lee Sin, but here comes the mid and the jungler Ahri and Nocturne not too far behind. Nocturne is 6, ult is up, and there you go in combination with Ahri. Spirit Rush all the way in, flashes away trying to get the safety, and Ahri still going in, tanking the tower. This could be a huge pickup here. Nocturne grabbing 2 of those kills, and Corki getting a little bit of a bonus as well. Morgana a little bit late to the party.
Making big plays when
plays.
they don't have wards in the river. I think I don't know if they knew that there wasn't a ward there, or
Yeah. When Tarek was being chased so far out in lane, it was worth a shot. They were both there. You might as well.
Yeah. So that was a really good play, and now they're just continuing to leverage their lead. Yeah, Nocturne level 6. He's got his Wriggles, so he's going to be clearing exceptionally fast. And so the gap between Nocturne and Lee Sin is just going to get bigger and bigger. And when they meet in the jungle, it's going to be a little bit of favor for Nocturne because he's so far ahead now with 2 kills, more farm, and better item build.
Yeah, Nocturne. But in both of these junglers, Lee Sin and Nocturne, they can both get really scary if they get their kills, if they get their approaches. And now Nocturne still, just now Lee Sin is dinging 6. And Nocturne is damn near almost 7. There's the ult top lane. Kennen and Aurelia both also trying to make something happen here, but here comes Morgana from behind with the ult. Aurelia wants to get this kill before the ult ends. Still manages to get something there. Even trade up top lane, but the assist does go to Wide Troll Me, so there's a little bit of advantage there.
Kennen needed to bail a lot.
Oh, yeah. Oh, Janna out of position, just melting immediately. Probably trying to put a ward or something down. And Ahri also, wow, nice ward coverage. Very, very deep in the jungle. But hey, you know what? That's a support gone. Kennen was down too. Time to go ahead and grab the dragon. So White Troll, we should be able to pick this up pretty easy. But Ezreal does have something to say about it. His ult is down. Lee Sin is also in the area. Q did not steal it with the Q. Secured for Why Troll Me.
You know, the thing is, in this bottom lane, Corki and Ezreal are very like poke-centered laners. You know, they're trying to poke and do a little damage and leverage a lead. And Taric really plays into that well with Corki, where if the person's out of position, they're not only going to get a hit with maybe like an ult from Corki or just some some damage, but they're also going to get a stun, which is going to lead to additional more damage. Meanwhile, Janna doesn't really have the same effect. You know, she has some CC, but it's not as direct and doesn't stun as long as Taric. So Taric's gonna be able to do a lot of damage.
When Janna's there to break up the fight. Taric is there to start the fights.
Right.
But then again, it's also hard to break up a fight when you get caught up against the wall and stunned and killed. So she was just made inconsequential in that fight, immediately just being out of position, and Nocturne with just good happenstance position. He just happened to be right there. He's like, hey, I'm in the neighborhood. Janna's around. Let's party. Just
hanging out.
Yeah, just hanging out.
Get some burgers.
Nothing huge. So Nocturne's gone. Hopefully should be back in just a moment.
Yeah.
But still, Corki, Taric now, and they're in pretty good spot, pretty good position in this lane. Nice 10 creep lead on Corki, and just looking to shove to tower, looking to try and make it harder for Ezreal to farm. And as those sometimes when creeps actually go to your tower, you start just to make sure you secure the creep kills, you start using up abilities just to try and farm everything up. Oh, there's Kennen top lane trying to bait out Aurelia. Yes, does get the ult and the stun. Aurelia pops the ult in response. Lee Sin can't get the position you need. I thought he was going for the dragon kick, but I don't think he got quite the coverage he needed to go ahead and kick Aurelia backwards. The flash was down also.
Yeah, that was where Aurelia's tankiness just came in, combined with the two Dorans and the Phage.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of life and a lot of sustainability. So she can just hang out all day, and I was actually expecting a lot better results from that. But
that's a very telling thing, though, knowing that Aurelia right now at this part in the game can survive a 2v1.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Kennen had to go tanky so that he could actually withstand Aurelia. So his damage isn't where he wants it to be. Meanwhile, Aurelia, top lane, is chunking Kennen. Kennen just has to get out of there.
Ooh, the surge, even more so. Waiting for the slow block. There's the ignite. Man. Ignite will do it. Wasting the flash, unfortunately. Try the recall.
Yeah, he just stopped because
it's like he
how
knew.
sad that was going to be.
He knew.
Oh, man. Yeah, at this point, Aurelia's got, what, almost 2 levels probably on Kennen.
10
more farm, 35 more farm.
Kennen just dinged 9. Aurelia probably
a little bit into 10.
like 1 or 2 creeps should actually be dinging 11. So yeah, you're right, 2 levels.
Yeah, so that is bad. So Kennen now is just really can't do anything in lane.
Yeah.
And now whenever he pops up, Aurelia's just going to do a big chunk of damage, and he's going to have to back. So you're going to need either a lot more jungle help, or you're just going to need to abandon the lane altogether and just farm where you can. And so Aurelia's looking really good, and Aurelia...
There's the engage, trying to make something happen on Ari. Spirit rushing away just in time, uses all 3 charges. Lee Sin was in the neighborhood, but just could not connect. But Lee Sin has caught up. Lee Sin's actually caught up. I think he's actually now surpassing Nocturne.
Wow, he has significantly more farm now.
Yeah, he's about to ding 8. And then Nocturne's still looking to catch up. He's about a half level behind now. And that's granted, Nocturne is 2-0-3. Lee Sin, he's just been sticking back. He's been 15 creeps up. Nocturne's been using a little bit of his time just like chilling in lane. He was chilling in bot just for a little while there and didn't quite get anything. So with that time wasted, that was more than enough for Lee Sin to catch up.
Yeah. And I mean, he went. Of course, he went disconnected for like the 1 minute.
That too.
So that's gonna have
that also helps. That also helps.
But he is roaming a lot, and I think that's why we see Odd One and some of the other better North American junglers. They like to get Heart of Gold on Nocturne so that he can roam a little bit more. And there you go again. Kennen just trying to farm, and Aurelia's like, no, you're not going to farm in my lane.
Yeah.
You're 2 levels behind, man. There's nothing you can do. Just get out.
So I think Lee Sin may actually want to start passing the wolves off to Kennen just to try and mitigate some of the XP loss. But then he also kind of needs himself because this is an opportunity for him to actually go ahead and surpass Nocturne. So may want to stick down and run the lower jungle because that's where Real Iron's been for a good chunk of the game. So might as well just go ahead and stay there for the prospective counter ganks.
Yeah, absolutely.
But dude, look at this ward coverage. Look at all of these wards.
This is impressive.
From
Is
Why
that
Troll
all
Me.
Tarek? Like,
If
there's a
very
little bit of
nearly.
Nocturne in there.
He's got a Wriggles too.
Yeah.
So Nocturne is coming on around in the lane, but Lee Sin's not too far behind. If they see Nocturne and they decide to go in on this, waiting for the Nocturne ult, there's the engage. Nocturne going into Morgana, but the ult does keep Ahri stunned. Lee Sin, he's hurting pretty bad though. Ward gonna go ahead and safeguard onto it, but Morgana may not be able to get away. The kick is just a little bit too late, and blocking the wave was trying to get something happening on Ahri, just did not manage to get either shot off. The kick and Nocturne seeing the wave coming in. Oh, there you go, looking for the hard engage. Tarek tanking the tower, wants to get a kill on the Janna or an Ezreal. The Janna ult will go down, manages to live with just a few shreds, about 40 health, and now he's in a long retreat, but it's okay. The two members in mid are down, so should be able to recall safely.
Yeah, it's really hard to tower dive Ezreal, like because he can just get out so easily.
And with the Janna,
especially with the Janna. Like, and so what you saw there is he got out real quick, teleported out, and just went and started poking again.
Yeah,
and forced him out.
Dude, I love that last play in mid though. Just like Nocturne,
cool.
Nocturne, like hovering in front of Ahri is like I'll take the bullet. I'll take the bullet for you, babe. I got you.
Imagine if that Ezreal ultimate would have hit though. Like how much different that fight would have worked.
That may have actually. Well, Ezreal is.
Yeah, he used it in that mid fight.
He did,
and it didn't hit anything. Unfortunately.
Yeah, if it hit Ahri, Ahri would have died just outright.
Yeah, exactly.
But Nocturne
shoulda, woulda, coulda.
Yeah, shoulda, woulda. Yeah, I think they would have only gotten Ahri off of that. They probably both still would have died to the Nocturne, but at least they would have all been able to walk away with Ahri. But unfortunately, that is not the case. Ahri with the blue buff though should be going out. That should be burning out in about a minute though. Dragon has respawned. Both teams know about it. Both teams have ward coverage. And also, got to note this. They saw the pink ward here. Gonna go ahead and ward right out of vision of it as well. So smart play from carriers.
Teams are getting into.
Oh man, everyone's here.
Yeah, they're getting.
Everyone's here. Best carriers may be
ready
trapped.
They want something to go happen.
Kennen's in the back line, knowing. That's the thing. Kennen does not want to be in front here for this fight because. And granted, big initiation, and Ken and Morgana ults together. I mean, you get one, you almost guarantee the other, but Dragon already at half health. Why Troll Me wanting to go ahead and take care of it. There goes the bind. There's Ken and Flash ult in. They did not grab it, but they're trying to get the stun down on the Nocturne, try and get some damage, and they're a little bit split. Why Troll Me should be able to go ahead and take this pretty convincingly. Janna with the ult not going to be doing any good, and that is 4 kills and a Dragon for free.
Yeah, they chose to focus Nocturne in that. And I don't really understand that call because Nocturne isn't doing a lot of damage. He has the Aegis and
he's got the Aegis. He's got a lot, but it's rough. It's really a rough call. And I think they're just trying to get anything they could. Nocturne 4-0-5, Ahri 2-0-8, Corki now 4-1-2, and they're all pretty beefy.
Yeah.
So it's just kind of like it's hard to make a call in that situation. But I think what they were trying to do at the very least. Is force Nocturne to spell shield early.
Oh, okay.
So at the very least, they can go ahead and get a stun with Kennen or Morgana or something.
Yeah. I mean, I sort of understand. Nocturne is somewhat snowballing, but his item build isn't like benefiting that snowball. Instead of going aggressive and doing more damage, he's chosen a more defensive path where he's going to be more beneficial to his team. He's building those resist.
He's
so he could be doing a lot more damage, and maybe they're expecting him to do more damage.
Right. Well, he is. I mean, he's got quite a bit of gold in the bank as well. I should go ahead and take a look at 5K. Yeah, I mean, in terms of level, I mean, they were actually even for a while, but the gold does tell a different story now, especially after that fight. And I'm surprised I don't see anything like a Phage or a Brutalizer. Like No, but the thing is though, Aegis though does provide a lot of good protection for the team. There is the fear top lane going down again, should actually make it to tower. But the thing is though, the benefit of the Aegis, Nocturne's going to be a presence in all these fights anyway. He's going to be ulting in, he's going to be in the middle, and everyone is going to be around and grab that benefit. And thinking, Ahri's actually getting the charm down on the Lee Sin, should be able to get away. Right now, I think that may be indicative of why Troll Me wanting to actually roam as a group. And they may actually be doing that very soon. Plus also, Ahri's doing well, Corki's doing well, Aurelia's doing really well.
Really well. Oh,
everyone's doing well. So instead of buying an item
yeah.
to go ahead and benefit yourself, you're helping the team, you're helping everyone stay tanky. Because one of the hardest things to
That's a
do
good point.
to take down a team that's actually being very well fed is to build tanky, and Aegis provides for that. So
Yeah.
if someone has to buy it, Nocturne's a good choice.
Yeah, I mean, especially with the, the early Aegis is going to give them such an advantage in team fights.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think you're right. I think they're going to be transitioning into the team fight stage pretty quick here. But Aurelia, I mean, the longer she stays in lane, the better she's going to, the more she's going to snowball. I mean, how far ahead in farm? 80, 81 farms.
That's pretty huge.
Yeah, she's just
80 in farm, about 2,500 in gold. It's just a little ridiculous. Minion wave in mid, 4 members of White Troll Me. They're looking to push down the tower. Ezreal ult, just giving Corki a shave. He's like, get rid of that mustache. Here's my ult. Get out of there. But tower still goes down. The damage is minimal at
a little
this point.
tickle.
He's a little stash tickle.
Yeah.
That's
Whoa.
Hey.
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 Okay, so I really like Aurelia's build because she's embracing the snowball.
Yes.
She's got those door and then she's got the ward.
Yes.
Nice. But yeah,
Well, no, ward is critical.
Yeah,
Ward's
ward's critical. I mean, she's playing safe and she's doing work.
So there you go. But the exchange tower for tower in the mid. Best carriers, they still have good pushing capabilities, especially when you have something like the Ezreal ult. They can go ahead and clear minions pretty speedy, quick. Lee Sin can be pretty good boon to the team as well. And Janna's actually going to be grabbing the oracles for herself. There's plenty of wards actually to go ahead and clear out. So good pickup. Just don't be dying anytime soon, because actually Janna's got one of the most deaths in the game right now. 1, 3, and 1. So you need to be super effing careful with that.
Yeah, everyone on carriers is not doing well.
Yeah.
That was the team I said was going to win the group. So I think they're going to come back and still win because I love them. But meanwhile, in the bottom lane, Corki's just poking because he can do that because he's 4-1 and he has some significant items and he's doing really well on farm. So he's farmed and he can poke and he's a beast and he has those kills.
Yeah, and then with items like the Aegis, like the Abyssal, it's going to go ahead and enable Itromi to go ahead and stay in the lead. And right now, just the abuse, Kennen has no choice but to pop the ult to stun just to try and live. That didn't even take Aurelia down to half, and that's the position White Troll Me is in right now. Lee Sin finding the Nocturne. He's got his own oracles as well. And just, searching around, just as like, hey, you got a ward here? I'll take that out. Got a ward here? Piece of candy. Piece of candy. So, that's just going to go, Nocturne's just doing everything he can to just, help the rest of the team. And he's not going to be wandering far either. So, this is the pressure. This is the pressure White Troll Me has right now. And it looks like Corki and Tarek also looking to push down bot. So, this is a split push pretty much in all 3 lanes.
Yeah, I mean, they can do that because they're so far ahead, because you're forced into a situation where you have to do 2v1s.
Yeah.
Because, White Troll Me is so strong right now, especially Ari. I mean, 2 kills, 8 assists, really deep into her build, and with 2 Doran's rings. So she's doing really strong. She's pretty tanky.
Oh,
she's just
finding out Kennen in the middle of jungle, just, almost near disastrous face check. But should be able to go ahead and make it out just fine. And just ravaging the jungle all in the meantime. So Aurelia did push the wave top pretty well. But it's now going to go back. Dragon has returned. And White Troll Me should just go ahead and grab that pretty quickly for themselves. Go back. They can pressure Baron if they want. They're 10k ahead at this point. This is huge.
Yeah, you just hang on, play a little bit longer, take the objectives, split push. Force your advantage, and then slowly just whittle them away. So, soon they're going to be taking out towers, they're going to be taking out inhibs, and they're going to just be forcing those team fights, which they have the freedom to do.
Needlessly large rod for Ari. Got the BF sword and everything as well. Heart of Gold. Lots of GP. You got the GP10 items, and it looks like Aurelia is going to go ahead and it's Sunfire even. It's health, it's armor, it's protection, and hey, you're that far ahead. Why not?
Yeah, really. So apparently my mic is low, so that's awesome.
Yeah, just let's adjust it.
Put it right next to my mouth. It's
right
inside of my
there.
mouth,
Right there.
and now I'm ready.
There you go.
All
there you go. I think we got it.
Let's hope it works out. I'll just talk really loud.
No, don't be me. Don't be me.
You
don't want to be like me.
Yeah, I love you.
I love you too.
I want to be just like you when I grow up. Okay, so
Nick,
I think
Nick
they're going to
Allen,
force
you're
the
my
Baron fight.
hero.
Yeah, so they can
There's
force.
Aurelia
yeah.
with the stun right into Morgana, beating the shield. Does flash away to get away from the Ezreal ult, but there you go. This is all the damage necessary. Kennen trying to make something happen with the stuns, not getting much, and Aurelia could very well finish the fight on her own if she decided to chase, but
Yeah.
there is the kill onto Ezreal as well. Janna being chased. Lee Sin, he's trapped at his own tower. Yeah, it's just sheer absolute domination.
I mean, they can take Baron now. Once they have the Baron buff, they can go and push.
Yeah.
But yeah, Ezreal tried it. I mean, he hit an ult. It was a good ult. It literally did like no damage. Like,
right.
So at that point where you're just basically scratching the team, you're like not even doing anything.
Yeah.
The game is almost over.
Great,
So I mean,
yeah.
Lee Sin's gonna come in here. He's gonna try to do some work. I don't know. Maybe try to.
There's
seal it,
Corki with everything he needs. He's
Yeah.
got the Trinity, so waiting for the slow procs to come in. But you know, there's Baron buff, and this is the next push from White Troll. We could very well end it. They're gonna go back, heal on up, buy whatever remaining items they need, and then this should be fine. There's the Phage onto Nocturne. Gonna go ahead. Yeah, I need to.
Heart of Gold. So it came
Yeah.
came really late, but which is interesting. I think he might be, he's a pro player, and I'm going to tell him what to do. But I think he should have got it a little bit earlier. But
Yeah.
I mean, he's doing well. So
I think because usually when I play Nocturne, I usually just go like Wriggle's Brutalizer.
Oh, okay.
I
yeah.
think I'm gonna have to start doing Aegis because that is one of the big things too. Is just like you're gonna be there in the middle of the fights. You're gonna be ulting in. You might as well go ahead and help the team. That's something I'm gonna have to start doing actually.
Yeah, I think it depends how much you plan on roaming. If you're
That
more
too.
of like a farm-oriented jungle, I like to roam a lot, so I like the Heart of Gold on him. But I mean, Aegis, I'm down to try it. It seems pretty good. I mean, their team fights have just been handedly won, so maybe it was a good call in the end. But I think a lot of it comes out of the fact that early Lee Sin death. That level 1 fight, Lee Sin went down, didn't get boots, decided to get armor instead, and
which he still has actually. Has actually not really built the cloth armor into anything. And that's the thing. Like if when you're starting your jungle path, that's the big decision you need to make. If you start out cloth armor, in most instances you really just need to build it into something like as soon as possible. But if the only instance I can think of, one of the main instances I can think of is just like if you're planning to build like Randuin's Omen.
Yeah.
If you're looking to get Heart of Gold, you just hold on to the cloth armor until you also get the Warden's Mail as well.
Yeah.
But it's in order to be holding on to that for such a long time without really building it into anything, it's just kind of like hey, I've got armor.
It makes me wonder if maybe since he died in that level 1 fight, he decided he needed to change his build instead.
Could be.
I have a feeling maybe that was it. But yeah, he's still sitting on it, which is interesting.
Yeah. But you got the Dorans, you also got the Phage as well, but that's the thing
Yeah.
too. You got so many members of the ER team. Also Trinity Force is kind of rough to try and go ahead and deal with that. So right now, if you can deflect a 4v5, while Aurelia's just top lane doing her thing.
Doing her thing. And look at her freaking farm.
Look at her farm, 2-6-2.
Yeah.
Look at that wallet.
Yep.
Just won the lotto. Just won the top lane lotto. But
yeah, Aurelia's going to start doing 1v5 pretty soon. The other 4 people are going to go and just do whatever they want because Aurelia is just so strong. Got that Triforce, and now his building's just tanky.
Yeah. And we were talking about this too. It's just once you're fed, you already have enough damage. Just build tanking. You just can't really be taken out.
Yeah, you can't.
Yeah, I was actually expecting working towards the Guardian Angel. Ezreal just walking straight towards Aurelia after the charm is going to be more than enough. The Kennen ult trying to do something. No, double kill for the Ahri. Morgana ult also just does click, and there's another double kill there on the side of Corki. That is an ace. This should very well be it. There's enough minions here to go ahead and take. Actually, no, there's it. That's a surrender. Game going to Why Troll Me, starting off the group right.
All right, so I predicted that completely wrong, but that's okay. Why troll me? Looking really strong, looking really, really strong, and it all spiraled off of that level 1 kill. Gesundheit.
That was a huge sneeze.
That was
Whoa.
awesome.
It
was heard on mics around the world.
That was, and I'm surprised. Like usually when I sneeze, I just do like a sneeze, like I uppercut, like I Shoryuken when I sneeze.
That's
nice. I'm not kidding. Like
Fancy.
sometimes I'll actually just don't stand near me.
You know what you should actually do is you should probably just cover your mouth. Because that's gross. I'm just kidding.
I have 2 hands.
Oh, okay,
I
okay,
can,
nice.
Yeah. Unless I wanted to blind you or something.
Yeah.
Or
Okay.
or get you sick.
Yeah.
Like
well,
well then again.
I got Josh sick.
You did get Josh sick.
I'm
Good job.
pretty awesome.
Good
Yeah.
job.
Good friend. Good friend.
Was.
All right, so this game, that's yeah, was good friend. So they looked really strong. Came off that level 1 kill.
Yeah.
That level 1 fight where Lee Sin decided to get cloth armor instead of boots, and so there was no hope for him to get away, even though he kind of just embraced the fight and just went in and died. And then that slowly spiraled out of control. Nocturne was making big plays, was farming well, had a little DC issue there in the middle, but came back and had some really key ults that helped everyone win their lane. Like every lane won for White Trolled Me.
Yeah, and that's the best position to be in a jungler because you can just go ahead, sit back and farm.
Do whatever you want.
Do whatever you want. You can have a snack.
Orange juice.
DC.
We're back to food.
Back to.
Yeah, you get DC. That's
or
probably
you
what he's like.
He's like, oh, you guys got this. I'm
Yeah.
gonna go, talk with some friends on
whatever.
AIM or something.
Yeah.
Or do people even still use AIM? I still use AIM on occasion.
I don't know, but I watched a movie last night, and it was made last year, and they're using AIM. And I was like, what is this, 1999?
Get with the program.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah, what the heck, man?
Or even then, sometimes you get get those catalog shoots or something. I still remember there was like a Sears catalog or something where a girl's they got a model playing a GameCube controller on an Xbox.
Oh yeah.
Playing like Zelda 64.
Yeah.
It was there's so much stuff
Something
wrong with this picture.
Playing Banjo-Kazooie.
Yeah.
That's only on PlayStation. Makes no sense. It's a good game, by the way.
But yeah, this is a pretty good match. Every lane won.
Yeah.
Everyone was dominant. Aurelia doing work. Corki got those kills. Nocturne, wonderful ganks.
Yeah, it's the group stages, so I think we should expect some just absolute stomps. And
It happens.
VIP. Who do you think the VIP? Aurelia, maybe?
I think so.
I mean, Aurelia wasn't really in the game.
Well,
kind of.
She didn't. Well, here's the thing. It's not that. Well, she didn't have the biggest presence in those early team fights.
Yeah.
But the important part was keeping Kennen down because it's a big thing. It's a big to do about a team that runs something like hard engage like a Morgana and Kennen, those double APs, because that's in most instances you get one ult. It's usually buy one ult, get one free.
Yeah.
Usually. But Kennen was shut down so much. I don't think I actually recall either seeing a Zonia's on either Morgana or Kennen because they're just so behind.
Yeah, I mean Kennen was forced into all those defensive items to just try to lane, and by the time that the build was good enough for her to sustain against Aurelia, it was in the team fight stage of the game.
Him.
What did I say?
Dude.
Did I say she?
Yeah.
Amateur mistake. I'm sure Chad is exploding. Tar and feather me. Kennen. He, the most masculine champion in League of Legends, Kennen.
Yeah.
And,
I'm very tempted to just call Urgot it.
He is an it.
It is an it.
He's a blob, really, is what he is.
He's a giant enemy crab.
He's a crab? Oh
That's
yeah.
damage.
Yeah, he is a crab.
Anyway, so we're gonna go to a quick commercial. We're gonna see Why Troll Me once again in group stage, going up against Theory of Evolution. So yeah, we're gonna take a quick break. Be right back, guys. IPL5 Taiwan qualifier Group B. Back in a sec.